If you would have told me that Andrew Nemhardt would have advanced and developed and matured since last year's playoffs the way that he has, it would have been hard to believe. That was asking for a lot, but he did it. You know what I mean? He's looking good. The kid is looking good. The kid is looking. Shout out to Andrew Nemhardt. He looks better than he did last year. He looks ready. He looks polished. He's looked matured. He looks ready for the moment. Last year, the moments that he was put in because Tyrese Halliburton was injured looked like the moments were too big for him. He looks really in step with what's going on right now. He looks really good. He looks really. That was he low key. Low key. He had the best performance of anybody last night. He was the most efficient player last night. He was listen. He got the most out of what he did, and that's what you want. Maximum payout, and he performed. He did a great job, great job, and most importantly, he looks like he's in the moment. He looks locked in. Last year, he looked like he was a little lost. He was overwhelmed in certain spaces, turnovers. He was turnover prone. Now, whoo, what a difference a year makes. What a difference a year make. Kid look good. Shout out, shout out. I know he did the work. I know it looks like it. 23 points on 10 shots, 7 to 10, 5 or 6 from 3, 6 assists. What more can you ask for? In game 1 from Andrew, man, listen. Beautiful, beautiful performance. Beautiful performance. That's all you can ask for. I can't wait to see what he does in the rest of this series. I want to see all the other things he presents in the rest of this series. I'm excited for him. I'm very excited for him. There is no way around this. There's no way around it. Like I'm very excited for the kid. There's no way you can really gauge what type of production you're gonna get from a young player a year removed from a difficult uh moments in the playoffs before, this moment that was in front of him. These moments he's in front of are huge. These are not typical playoff moments that a young player sees. And it's starting. He's not coming off the bench. He's starting. And he's facing as if the coach trusts him. And he's evolved. His game has evolved. His mentality has evolved. He's to see him do what he did last night and be efficient and be a complete asset to this team was, when you look back at it, it's kind of remarkable to compare what we saw last year to this year. A lot of players don't advance like that. So don't sit up here and make it seem like it's a foregone conclusion that this was supposed to happen. This is what you hope for. This is what you pseudo expect. Kinda expect, sorta expect, kinda maybe. But it doesn't necessarily become a foregone conclusion. You see the vision, but you don't know how it's going to play out, if he can really get into that pocket, if his work will create the environment for that thing to exist in. Like they say, you don't catch a butterfly. You create the environment for the butterfly to exist in. Magnificent. You could tell he put the work in. You could tell he was committed to making up for what happened last year. And he's in a comfort zone. He's in a particular. You don't see a lot of young kids comfortable, and he's not playing outside of himself, and he's still playing within the pace of the team and within that concept, that urgency. That's another thing. When you talk about pace, there has to be something that motivates you, that puts you in a place of urgency to force you to play like a bat out of hell. They were, boy, nobody was off key. Nobody was off key. It's the 5 heartbeats out there, 4-part harmony. 4-part harmony. Beautiful basketball. I like his game. I kind of wanted him on the Raptors. I didn't know if we could make a move for him. I wanted him as one of our guards. We talked about this before. after he gave Fred that work. I remember a game at home in Indy. He gave Fred that work. I was like, "Who is that kid? We need him. We need to see if we can get him." Another Canadian kid who's a star. And you got Mathurin, who I thought would be starting, but he's coming off the bench being productive. He had 11 points last night. His team is stacked. They got scorers. They got producers. And to keep Nemhardt just played himself into a starting spot. Perfect 1-2 punch with him and Halliburton. I always thought it would be Mathurin that could play off of Halliburton, but Nemhardt plays a little bit better off of him. And he has a little bit more playoff experience. Remember, Mathurin was hurt last year. But yeah, you can see this kid is in the space. He's aware and he's ready for battle. And that's all you can ask of a young player. And his skills are up to par, his abilities are up to par, the appetite is where it needs to be. He's hungry to prove that that player that we saw last year was last year. There's a truth attached to it, but he got better. And he's ready to prove that he got better. He did the required work to get better, and now we see what we see. Beautiful. And you rarely see young players that efficient. 23 points on 10 shots, 7 to 10, 5 or 6 from 3. Shit. Man, listen. I love that. That's the type of production I want from Grady Dick. I would love Grady to have that type of production. 7 to 10, 23 points on 10 shots, 7 to 10 off. Man, listen. 23 points, 5 or 6 from 3. Easy work. Necessary work. Difference-making work. Without him, they lose. Without everybody being on key, they may lose that game. Because it was the 6-man in full effect. The team, the 5 on the court, and that crowd. The momentum was shifting, and they stayed the course. And I understand what people are saying. Put your young players in fire. I get it. It's, in college, that's what you do. You put your freshman or the freshman that you trust, you put him in the line of fire. He develops his sophomore. By his junior and senior year, he's a polished product. Unless he's a prodigy, so by his sophomore year, he'll be a polished product, and then you can roll with it from there. Get the success you're accustomed to having. But I get it. Sometimes you gotta let the young guys let it burn. And listen, phenomenal work. Phenomenal work. I like this kid. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see if he can keep this going. I want to see him remain productive, remain vigilant, keep the right attitude, and keep playing. Kid looks good, man. Tell me what you think of him in the comment section. I'm out of here. Peace.